as I was in the middle of finishing up the last video I was making, I was thinking, oh, I'm conveying all these ideas and these thoughts, and I'm not really explaining what exactly am I actually talking about, because I'm using some of these really complex words, and I'm guessing that not everybody really understands or really cares to try and figure out on their own time. So I might as well start introducing these ideas in definitional forms so that nobody can really disagree with what I'm saying because that's what definition says, while also giving the idea that this is what I'm talking about. Let me give you an example. I was talking with one of my friends a couple of days ago, and I was saying, this person was being ignorant about such and such thing. And they were being like, they said, oh, so you think they were arrogant too? And I was like, no, they just were ignorant. They weren't being arrogant. And the person was like, well, what do you mean by that? And I said, well, in definition term, ignorance is just not knowing of something. And what you said, arrogance, is when you're being too cocky for your own good and you know exactly what you're doing. Well, those two words are always put together and nobody really understands sometimes. Like, there are a bunch of people that really don't understand what either of those words mean because either they're too lazy to go figure out themselves or they just never really come across them before. So when you pair up ignorance and arrogance together, you're saying this person doesn't know and they're being really cocky about it. They're being really ambitious, really too courageous about themselves when they don't know what they're getting themselves into. But when I separate the words and say that they're ignorant, they just don't know something. When I say they're arrogant, they're just being too cocky for their own good. And even though they might know something, they're getting themselves into a situation that they probably can't handle, even though they think otherwise. So I think that I should be starting to explain some of these words in future videos because I just don't know if everybody knows what I'm talking about all the time with all these big words and whatever. So I'm wondering what you guys think and if I should start doing that too. So I'm just curious.